The six-time major winner Phil Mickelson lost several sponsors after his comments, and after that conundrum went down, he made a questionable decision. We'll be discussing that. In addition, we'll also talk about Kramer Hickok being brutally honest about what he thinks about the SGL. Finally, we'll be discussing a lot more about the Players' Championship, so stay tuned. So, what happened? Phil Mickelson, a six-time major champion and reigning PGA Championship winner, made a mistake big enough for him to retreat. He said that he desperately needed some time away after a lot of backlash to some comments he made. Ever since then, he has been at the center of a storm on social media. What exactly did the 51-year-old superstar do? In the remarks, he said that he was willing to engage in a Saudi-backed golf league that would be an opponent to the PGA Tour. Mickelson went on to say, "They're scary mother effers to get involved with." However, that's just one part of what he said. He also accused the country of killing a Washington Post reporter and a U.S. resident, Jamal Khashoggi. Mickelson also made comments on Saudi Arabia's laws against homosexuality. Among the many things he said, he also explained how this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reshape the way PGA Tour works. He went on about the way the SGL is manipulative and coerced about their strong-arm tactics as the players have no recourse. According to Mickelson, the Saudi money has given the player the leverage since the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan refuses to do what's right. How were his comments received? It was no surprise that a lot of people were upset by his comments. He was under a lot of fire on social media too. Alan Shipnuck tweeted that Mickelson made himself the victim and the hero of his own press release. The golfer did apologize regarding his negative comments. He even claimed that the comments did not reflect his true feelings or intentions and that he was sorry for his choice of words. Mickelson still showed up for the LIV investments while condemning the SGL, the backing country, and their laws. The Saudi-funded golf investment is led by the golf legend Greg Norman himself. Despite his previous remarks, Mickelson wrote that his experiences with the LIV golf investments have indeed been very positive and that he was just taken out of context. Next, the after effects of the splash. The general public might forget about his comments a few weeks later. The brands that were associated with him took immediate action to not tarnish their own reputation. The longtime sponsor KPMG, a professional services firm, claimed they mutually agreed to end the sponsorship immediately. Mickelson didn't just take a hit financially, but a few of the other top players distanced themselves away from Mickelson's comments. "I don't want to kick someone while he's down, obviously, but I thought they were naive, selfish, egotistical, ignorant," said the four-time major champion Rory McIlroy at a press conference. McIlroy even went as far as calling the Saudi-backed tour dead in the water after two other top players, such as Dustin Johnson and Bryson DeChambeau, expressed their firm commitment to the PGA Tour. Actions speak louder than words, and that's definitely once you take a look at where Mickelson is more present these days. He has not played on the PGA Tour ever since he missed the cut at the Farmers Insurance Open. Instead, he was competing at the Saudi International, which is a part of the Asian Tour. There have been speculations about whether he faces a suspension from the PGA Tour or not. Mickelson even criticized the PGA Tour for always wanting more and more and having a need to be extremely controlling. To make matters even more confusing, he also publicly blasted the PGA Tour for charging him large amounts to use footage of his own shots. After his shaky thoughts on which sides he wanted to be on, he wrote on Tuesday, "Although it doesn't look this way now given my recent comments, my actions throughout this process have always been with the best interest of golf, my peers, sponsors, and fans." Now in other golf news, 17 players already sign up for the Saudi League. The SGL has been stirring up a lot of drama as players start to criticize each other on switching leagues. PGA Tour player Kramer Hickok says that he thinks 17 golfers have already switched to the Saudi-backed Super League. With reports of a $1.5 billion budget, big names in the golf game such as Bryson DeChambeau and Ian Poulter are likely to be attracted to it. While he was grateful and thankful to the PGA Tour for providing him a platform, he criticized those who would jump over since the money's very, very appealing. With only 12 to 14 events, the players wouldn't have to deal with missing cuts. Hickok said that this would reveal how many of these players are money hungry. Next, Billy Horschel withdraws from the Players' Championship. In the era of COVID, you can never predict when someone might get sick. Billy Horschel had to withdraw before the 8 a.m. restart at the Players' Championship could even begin. He claims that his illness was not COVID-related, but instead he had been dealing with a sinus infection for the last few days. Instead of getting better, he woke up on a Monday morning feeling like his body had had enough. At the time, Horschel was both even par for the round through 13 holes, and in the tournament, he was in a tie for 49th. The other players in the group continued as a twosome. Horschel was playing his third consecutive week after receiving a runner-up position at the Arnold Palmer Invitational this week. He, however, was not scheduled to play the Valspar Championship. By withdrawing after making the cut, Horschel received unofficial last-place money at the Players. Unfortunately, he did not receive any FedEx Cup points. Up next, golf stars encourage women to play play golf. Some of the biggest golf stars shared their experiences and history with golf in this week's Saudi Ladies International. The English major winner Georgia Hall and three-time major winner Anna Nordqvist advised Saudi women and girls to just start playing golf, just for the sake of fun. Georgia Hall shared a piece of her past and said that she was only 7 years old when she started out. Her goal would only be to hit the ball as hard as she could. In fact, that was the advice she gave the women to start off by. She also expressed how fun golf can be, especially with friends, since you can make loads of different little games up. Her take on golf was to have fun and see where the sport takes you. To follow up on this advice by Hall, the Royal Greens Golf Country Club will host a tournament with free golf lessons and other activities on Friday. Nordqvist added her perspective on the sport and claimed that there is a lot of talent out there when it comes to women's golf. She also said that nobody could say anything about golf until they had tried it in person, since it's such a different experience on the grounds. She continued, "You won't be interested in golf if you don't try it. I tried curling a week ago, and it's a sport I have no interest in." Anna Nordqvist also shed some light on what it's like to be a minority in the golfing world, especially as an Arab woman. She said she never felt a difference because she was a woman. The only problem was that she would be the only one willing to play. She couldn't go to world championships as an amateur because she never went on her own to any team events. Their encouragement paid off, as the first tournament had a very positive impact on the kingdom, with about 1,000 Saudi women and girls signing up for a golf learning course. Lastly, Daniel Berger involved in awkward drama. On Monday this week, after the Players' Championship was delayed, the officials were eager to move on with the game. However, the eagerness soon catapulted a moment of awkward drama. Daniel was 7 under and within 4 shots of the lead when his second shot at the par 5 16th sailed into a water hazard. Victor Hovland immediately said that his drop didn't cross the green, and he was sure that it was all recorded. Berger countered against him and offered to call the rules official as well as a camera. Berger continued arguing that he wouldn't take a drop he didn't feel was 100% correct. He also claimed that his ball didn't cross the hazard where his partners were saying, but it also didn't cross the green all the way. After calling the rules official, Gary Young came to the conclusion that the team should discuss this among themselves. In the end, Berger finally dropped close to where Hovland and Dama said his golf ball crossed. He didn't seem satisfied with his claim, though. He said, "I'm going to drop here for the sake of you guys, but you guys are wrong. It's the wrong drop." The heated discussion got uncomfortable very fast, despite all the shots being filmed on several cameras. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Phil Mickelson's mess up? Do you think Daniel Berger was right? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Bye now.